And we're live, but minus one person at the moment because Chris said I, but hasn't responded. I will invite him again. You guys get live technical details. It's going to be great. It's going to be
Exciting.
fantastic. Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Beryl to the show. We'll officially welcome him when the show starts. It's going to be a game podunk crew. It's me, you, and Chris. We're all
Oh, just us three?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's typically, obviously, the four. Or are we four? God, I can't count. That's the kind of day I've
I think
had.
four.
It's usually just us four misfits, but Randy bowed out first, and then Jared bowed out at the last minute. So we're like, if it's just Chris and I, that's not really much of a show. And Chris is like, I'm getting Beryl.
I'm getting Barrel. He's a last resort. Nope.
Last resort should be a first resort. Hey,
Oh.
Chris, where are you? Chrissy, do. There you go.
One guy.
Anyway, how's life, dude? This is the first time I actually talked to you.
Oh, it's alright. I don't know. Do I talk about real life things or do I talk like a nerd?
You can talk about whatever the hell you want because we're not officially endorsed by anyone.
Okay. Well,
For all I care, you can like fucking start talking about cactuses.
I'm gonna talk about dingo stealing children. Well,
That works. Seinfeld reference right out the gate.
Yep.
Well done.
But no, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to talk about nerd stuff, but like my day wasn't very eventful, so I kind of just want to go straight to the nerd stuff. Cause like basically, I went to the allergy doctor, and then I did a lot of waiting. And
Allergy doctor, do you have like really freaking bad sinuses just like me? Get vertigo whenever the freaking weather changes and ugh.
Yep. Like
God. No.
with me, it's basically like whenever it's summer, I hate the outside completely. I'm like, it's the worst.
It's like Florida is just really bad in general when it comes to sinuses and allergies, but like whenever the weather changes from like your 90-degree days to your 70 or 60-degree days, my head just goes.
That's
not cool. But see, that's how we get the audience invested in this show, is just bringing it right out the fucking gate with allergy talk.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta bring a human level to this so everyone can relate.
Oh, Dr. Mario can't save us now.
Yep. Beavers and chills. Beavers and chills.
He does know his nerd stuff. He knows the Dr. Mario songs. You're hazing. It's worked out. You can be a part of the show.
Okay.
I officially allow it. So I send Chris like 10,000 more invites. Oh, did I do this right? I did do this right. Feel free. Now, Chris, he's here. He see it. He click link. We do this. We do this thing. Hey, Beryl, do you like retro games?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you do.
Because the show is probably going to be fucking front-loaded with them, because Chris is going to talk Disney Infinity, and I'm going to talk all the damn Disney games that I've been playing that'll never, ever, ever show up on the Virtual Console, and I cry a tear every night.
Yeah, I'll probably do the licensing and whatnot. Didn't like Disney used to have like problems with didn't they used to be like anti-digital stuff in general?
I guess, and now they kind of aren't anymore.
Yeah, that definitely changed with like recent DuckTales stuff. I remember part of the reason why Birth by Sleep never came out on the PSN store was that.
Oh right.
Was kind of due to that, but I don't know.
Man, it's like, why can't you give us DuckTales 2 on the NES? Why do I have to go out of my way to buy the Game Boy game, and stick it in my Retron 5, and play it on the big screen that way? Why?
Well,
but you know what? No hassle is worth hassling over. I like Quackshot and DuckTales 2 and all the other games that I'll be talking about when Chris finally decides to join us.
Chris, please.
Maybe if we call for him, he'll come. Cause
okay. Well, channel the spirit. Call energy or spitter ball. You know.
We need to start talking about like waifus and I don't know.
Well, he did say Bayonetta was his Sega waifu in the
Yeah,
soccer.
he did. Cause like
You know, it
Bayonetta
wasn't
2
even
is a little over a month away.
Yep. Yeah, doesn't it come out 30th? No, or 20 something.
It's 10/22.
Okay, yeah.
Same day as Fantasy Life, because Nintendo likes splitting their
With
market.
their own products, yeah.
Like, I still don't understand how they pulled that off with A Link Between Worlds and Super Mario 3D World. Like, that's Mario and Zelda, and I genuinely played both in the same day because I can't pick between my children. I can't do it.
Yep. I can't either. Well, I mean, freaking today, like, came out with several things. Not today, yesterday.
Like what?
Well, if you're a nerd and a weeaboo like me, you probably may have bought Arno Surge and maybe Arcana Heart and maybe something else.
See, these are games I know, but games I am not familiar with. But at least I know them.
Yeah, well, I mean, you shouldn't be proud if you know them. If you... Well, okay. I think the Artanelka series is alright, but Arcana Heart is a decent fighting game, but kinda questionable character designs, just like Arno Surge.
Fair enough.
But they're solid games. But where's Chris?
Eventually, I'm gonna start running out of small talk, and we'll just like start describing things around us to entertain the audience.
Okay. And I'll just like turn on my video camera and be like, I'm drinking this Arizona strawberry lemonade.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's vodka! Let's make the show more interesting.
Yep.
Oh god. It's so much easier with 3 people because then we can springboard off of each other. But if we go back and forth, then I can't really start the show officially. Maybe I should start the show officially. Maybe that will be what brings Chris in.
Just go without
I'm
him.
going to post the invite link one more time. Oh, hey! I talked about it, and there he is. It's Chris, ladies and gentlemen. He finally decided to show up.
Your boy.
Hi, Chris.
Well, howdy.
Except I can't see your lovely face.
Oh, is that what?
There we go. Wait.
I'm the new Master Chief. You didn't know?
Holy shit, he's in a mask.
Yep.
Heck yeah, this is Spartan armor, sirs.
Spartan armor. Am I supposed to
Yes,
know what that is?
it's me, Master Chief.
Oh.
No, is it not doing it for you?
Nope.
All
Not
right.
Hey, Chris. I don't know if you
There
know
we
this
go.
about me, but I kind of dislike Microsoft.
Oh.
So you can dislike Microsoft and still like Bungie.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and now in particular, you can definitely do that.
Definitely true. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for having the camera exclusively on Beryl, who did not have a camera for the last 7 minutes, but hey, this is what happens when John is in charge of shit. Yay!
Hooray!
Fucking Google Hangouts. Hey, Chris, you're here.
Hey,
and Beryl,
user
you're
input.
here.
Yep.
Let's start the damn show.
Party time.
Let's do that.
It's party time. Let's do this, bitch. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I do get to switch up the gentlemen to the greeting to the old school ladies and gentlemen when I used to run shit back in the day. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 13 of Backwards Compatible. We're typically a snazzy group of 4 peeps, but 2 of our peeps are missing, so we went and got another peep, so now we're a snazzy group of 3
We
peeps
replaced them.
with a passion for nerdy things like video games, comics, anime, and the whole works. Last week was Rejected Smash Brothers characters. This week, let's do pop culture references from the 1990s. I'm your host, Jonathan Higgins, and I'm the brain warp of this podcast. You can spin me any way you want, and I'll show my many colors. But in the end, I'm best described as an annoying children's toy you've barely even heard of. Gentlemen, have you heard of brain warp? Just a simple yes or no will suffice.
Yes, I actually had to look at the image, but yeah, I have seen it actually played. I don't comprehend how it's played, but you twist knobs or whatnot or something.
Amen,
And
brother. Chris, what about you?
No, I am assuming that it's in the range of Bop It.
Yes. Chris, why don't you introduce yourself to the lovely people?
I am Chris Garcia, aka Wildcard Corsair, Gyar, and I am the Clarissa Explains It All of this podcast because I think, Melissa Joan Hart is my 90s waifu.
Oh my god. We're still going with the waifu thing. He's gonna
Sorry,
stick
dude, we ride together, we die together. Waifus for
Special
life.
guest Beryl, why don't you officially introduce yourself to the crew here?
I'm Beryl. I am partial moderator and reviewer at Game Podunk, so I kind of know these guys a little bit sometimes. Yep. But
What?
yeah, and I am the temple run of this podcast.
What?
I don't.
Nice.
Very
You have
nice.
Jonathan's approval.
See, I was expecting someone to go with Legend of the Hidden Symbol, because, like, Olmec and 90s Nick, like, that's more my cup of tea, because I don't...
Yeah.
Chris is 84. Beryl, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, so you're younger than us.
Yep, I'm a baby.
You still had 90s Nick, right?
Yeah, I kinda. I mean, I don't remember it
Fair
terribly
enough.
well.
We'll put it this way, I barely remember the 80s, and I was born in it. He was born in the 90s, so he probably barely remembers them.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You know, every
Chris,
time you guys
is that
said
your
barely,
puppy dog crew, the puppy dog choir that normally joins us for these here shows? Somebody's got a puppy dog. Anyone?
Right.
Oh, that's the damn dog I still haven't killed yet.
He's the duck hunt dog. He's come to join the fun.
He's gonna throw cans at you.
Excuse me.
All right.
I would.
Well, anyway, the three of us are happy to have you here, whether you're watching live or if you're tuning in later. Thank you for joining us. Speaking of those that aren't here live in the moment with us, we happen to be getting our video podcast on at 10:21 p.m. Eastern Time, because we're not in Central Time, because Randy's not hosting the show.
Booyah! Booyah!
And it is September 24th, 2014. The audience question for last week was, if you could remake any one video game before 1998, what would it be and who would develop the remake? I don't know if we have any audience answers. We might, but I don't think so. So I'm going to leave things to our live Q&A, which for the moment appears to be empty. But while we wait for the lovely people to come pouring in, why don't you guys answer the question? I guess I'll start. I would like to see a remake of Disney's Aladdin, courtesy of WayForward, and I wanted to combine both the elements of the Genesis game and the SNES game to create one massive super game. I quite dig it. What about you, Chris?
I'm currently undecided, actually.
I see what you've written in the outline. Why don't you just say that?
Oh, something about a waifu. I don't know.
My second
I
waifu is Bayonetta.
There you go. I just wrote that to make you angry.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't know. What would I pick? My answer was the answer that Randy read out loud at the end of last episode, which is basically, it doesn't even matter what it is as long as Platinum Game makes it, and I'm on board.
All right. So, like, what's one of your favorite games of all time? Just one.
Like,
just the first thing
before
that comes to
1998?
mind.
Before 1998?
Yeah.
Am I back?
Mortal Kombat.
Like, imagine then Mortal Kombat developed by Platinum Games.
Yep, that would be pretty cool.
You guys are getting
that
some
would
serious
definitely-
lag up in here. There's two barrels in the call.
Yeah, I lost connection like a minute ago, and I don't know what happened, but
Fantastic.
back.
Well, I'm not going to touch anything because this here backwards compatible podcast is king of technical difficulties, and I'm not fucking with that at all.
Okay. I am the
Whatever
ultimate
John
master of cheating.
touches.
Anyway, I see Beryl has actually attempted to answer the question in the outline, so I'm going to pass things over to you. What game would you want to see remade?
Okay, so I actually didn't love this game at the time. It's Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen. And the reason why I say this is partially because I'm a Yasumi Matsuno fanboy. So I'm like, I approve of like Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics
Yes.
Ogre Let Us Cling Together,
Yes.
and stuff like that. And like Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together got a remake. It was a really good one. Like I actually didn't love the original at the time, but they really like amped it up. So if they kind of gave a similar treatment to Ogre Battle Let Us Cling Together on SNES, I'd probably like it a lot. I would imagine, like, if they got the old team of, like, Yasumi Matsuno for writing the script and whatnot, and probably the scenario planning, Hitoshi Sakamoto for music, and Alexander O. Smith, which we generally know for his, like, very Old English type of, or Middle English localizations, like in Final Fantasy stuff, like Final Fantasy 12, for example, we all know. And I don't know, just get that kind of crew together. Hopefully the part of Square Enix that is less questionable. The one that hopefully the one that I know you guys like 13, but
Listen, hey, dude, you're one of them likes Final Fantasy 13. This guy, not so much.
okay.
You're in a house divided.
I mean,
Chris will fight you. I'll join you. We can gang up on Chris. This is gonna be the gang up on Chris hour. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Well,
Let's
you're
do it.
lucky. You guys are lucky Randy's not here because he would totally have my back.
I know.
Because I like.
I don't actually hate 13 though.
Yeah, I like 13.
But-
Randy loves 13. Like, if Randy could melt Final Fantasy 13 down into a liquid and inject it intravenously into his bloodstream, he would.
Dude, do you guys remember like the NeoGAF thread where this one guy like wanted to ingest or digest Ocarina of Time 3D?
Oh my god.
That was pure
That's a
internet
waste.
gold to bring shit back from like 6 or 7, 8 months ago. That's what I did.
That's a waste of a good cartridge.
I'm stuck in the past. So now we know that Beryl likes Final Fantasy Tactics are about War of Lions.
Yep.
Do you like it or do you hate it?
Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst game I've ever played. It's not my favorite game I've ever played. No.
But I mean, like, many people who are, like, purists for the original PlayStation game are like, oh my god, they ruined it and slow down and rah, 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 rah.
Those guys don't remember the PS1 version very well, because it has a lot of slowdown.
Thanks,
Because-
Beryl. You're refreshing.
I mean, it is slower. Like it has some weird audio issues in the PSP version. Like it has kind of like a reverberating sound effect, like occasionally, which is weird. But like let's be real, it's better. It's got new scenes, new classes, like new events.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's pretty good. Any Knight's whatever.
Dark Knight's good. Dark Knight owns. Dude, Dark Knight is a beast in that game.
Yep.
Just makes me so happy that we're talking Final Fantasy Tactics because those two idiots, the ones who didn't join the show, haven't played it before. They haven't played it. It makes me so sad.
But real talk, War of the Lions totally better, especially for that script. Script alone, way improved.
Amen, brother. Glad we can all agree on something
Beryl.
here at the start of the show. So now I'll ask, what have you guys been doing? And first pass it to special guest, Beryl. Just, like, real quick. Just tell us what your week's been like.
Game-wise or nerd-wise? What kind of nerd-wise?
Everything. Anything and everything.
The whole gambit.
Okay. Well, I haven't watched anime in like a year, so you know how my anime schedule went. I played a few games. I played some Curtain Call, which is also known as the Final Fantasy Tactics game, but music. But no.
I like how you meticulously avoid pronouncing the title.
Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm Curtain Call. Is that what you
Oh
want to do?
no!
Yes! Thank you, Beryl! Ladies and gentlemen, Beryl is now a permanent person on this show, so we have more than one person who says theater rhythm.
Well,
Chris will fight us on this pronunciation. He will.
It's Theat
Yep.
Rhythm. He wants to say Theat Rhythm. Is that
He
correct?
wants to say theat rhythm.
Yeah,
Oh,
Theat
well, I could understand that, but
So can I, but we all know who's right.
exactly, we're in the majority, so obviously we're right.
This is gonna be the gang up on
You
Chris
know-
show.
you know
This
who
is
was in the
greatest night of
majority?
my life.
You know who else was in the majority?
Hmm?
People who thought that the sun orbited the Earth.
Oh God.
They were in the majority once. And then they found the sweet, sweet facts of science and pronunciation of theatrhythm correctly.
How does Square Enix pronounce it?
I haven't even heard it once, so I get
Neither have
pronounced.
I. But, like, how have you been enjoying theater rhythm? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it the worst?
It's pretty fun. Like, I definitely was surprised because I thought, I keep thinking all my nostalgia for Final Fantasy is dead. Like, because, I don't know, like, I just don't get excited. Like, I've played, like, all the games, minus, let's say, like, 3 or games I haven't played or finished, but, like, I play, like, all the main ones. And I think, like, all my nostalgia is just kind of dead because, like, everything I look back at hindsight, I don't love anymore. Like, 8, I don't know. And then, like, 7, yeah, it had its time. And then I go down this path of being critical. But those games are good. The Theater Rhythm, I like Dissidia and stuff like that. Like, even if they feel like super nostalgia pandering, they're solid games.
Yeah, exactly. I love that about Dissidia, and I love it about Theatrhythm because the mechanics are solid for both.
Yep. I've
I've
keep
not
going.
played a single Dissidia game.
uh,
Where should I start, and how should
Uh,
I start?
just play O12 or Duodecim because that game
Yeah.
literally has the first game and more, a lot more.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
Duodecim is a prequel to the original Dissidia story. So you play the Dissidia storyline first, and once you beat it, you move directly on into the regular story that was in the first game. And it's cohesive. It's totally cohesive. And plus, the mechanics are way better in the second game. They added things like EX Burst, EX Revenge. They added new fighters, so you can play as Lightning, you can play as Kane, you can play as Laguna. It's great. Duodecim's
Wow.
great. No joke, I have over 600 hours into Dissidia Duodecim.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
It's crazy, but like I have put like 100 hours in the original. You would be surprised how easy it is to put in that kind of time.
Yeah,
Damn, people. Alright.
because
You may have just, like, kinda sorta sold me a game.
We'll put it this way. The 600 hours has not gone to waste. I have all of the characters all leveled up to max level and have every single ability that each one of them can learn learned.
Damn. No one
And
ever
in that
told you you
600
were
hours-
dedicated.
I still do not have all of the ultimate weapons. I'm still missing a couple.
Jesus.
Well, might as well start playing right now and
Yeah.
ruin the flow of the podcast.
By the time I'm
There you go.
36, that's 10 years from now, by the way. I'll have everything. Yay! Alright, Beryl, what else you been up to?
I also finished Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. That game was a pleasant surprise because, like, I liked the first one, but I didn't love the first one. But the second game, like, just totally outclasses it. Like, the storytelling's just smarter. Like, it's just more fun to play. It is longer than the first game, so it does kind of drag its feet a bit, but, like, it's definitely a big improvement. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really talk about because it's all spoiler talk.
Right, that's what I kind of figured. So I'm really more interested to hear your take on Crimson Shroud. That's that one game that was part of the Gilda 1 deal, right?
It was. I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but I know they did 2 Guild 1 things. I think it was the first one.
There was the
I
group of, like...
I think it's in
Liberation
Gilda 1.
Maiden, Crimson Shroud, the Weapon Shop Deomase that we got like back in
Aeroporter.
yeah. Aeroporter as well. That's right. I think that's all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
that's all of them from the first one.
but Crimson Shroud's an interesting game. As we figured out earlier, I like Yasumi Matsuno's stuff a lot. I just like his style, and I don't know why it took me so long to play this game. Like, for some reason I buy eShop games, I just let them sit on my 3DS. Like I have like Crash Mode.
I know that feel, bro.
It's like nothing. I play like all of my retail stuff, but I just forget that I have those eShop games. But I randomly impulse played it. Really interesting. It's kind of a classic tabletop game. It's like you roll dice and whatnot to determine actions. It's got like a turn-based combat system. Very story heavy, surprisingly. So like, there's a lot of like exposition.
It
Like
reads
everything
like
you
a
do.
novel, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Lots of talking. Which I don't mind, but I could see people be like, "Where's the role playing part? Where's the part where you play the game?"
See, that's what a lot of people said about Radical Dreamers. The
Yeah.
one fan translation I've ever played, quote, illegally, end quote, because we're never gonna see it ever.
Yeah.
Oh, Radical Dreamers. That's what I got when I played Crimson Shroud, but I played Crimson Shroud when it first came out, and I don't remember a damn thing about that game.
Well, I mean, it's I want to say there is a story, but it's more like they have a setting that's kind of interesting, and
Yeah.
the story just kind of. I don't want to imply anything about the first ending, but it's abrupt and not very satisfying.
Damn. Well, alright then.
I have played that game, and I really, really, really love the tabletop mechanics to it. I mean, even the characters themselves are represented by, like, little figures.
Yep.
Eventually, we're just gonna see Chris lose his shit and go, "Shut the fuck up, you damn dog!"
The dog's so hyped, though. It's just full of hype and excitement for our podcast.
It's true.
I
The dog
guess
is
so.
our one faithful audience member, besides Charlotte, who I see that commented science on the live stream.
Yeah.
She
She blinded us with science, ladies and gentlemen.
Heck yeah. But yeah,
Alright.
I did play it. I did love it. I think it's really great. I have not beat it yet, but like you, I don't really play my eShop games all the way through all the time. So I mean, I've got it down there. I haven't finished it.
Yeah.
Charlotte also agrees that Crimson Shroud is a pretty cool game, and she says she needs to go back and finish it. Really love Liberation Maiden. Guess who can't play Liberation Maiden because he's left-handed? This guy.
Really? Wow. Oh yeah. Because I think this is like a shoot 'em up, but you have to use a touchscreen.
Yeah, it's pretty much stylus only, which means out. Tap, tap, out. I still bought it, though.
Come on, John.
Still showed my support.
Learn, dude. Come on, man.
These
He's gonna-
hands,
that's what he's
Chris,
saying.
can
I'm
only do so
left-handed.
much.
John, I am
left-handed.
left-handed.
You're
Oh, no.
Okay, Chris. Have you played Kid Icarus Uprising?
Yes.
We'll have this entire conversation right here, right now, because I think Beryl is a big fan of that game.
It's the best 3DS game. Let's just put this out there right now. It's a fact. It's fine.
Wow, now tell us how you really feel.
Here's talking about winging it. Let's have a quick Kid Icarus Uprising discussion, because we are coming straight off of a whole week of me talking for 35 minutes straight about frickin' Smash Brothers. Anyway, Kid Icarus Uprising. I loved that game. I hated how it controls. Oh my god, it made me sell the game back. I can't play that damn game because I can't control it without hand cramps. It can't be done.
It's definitely clunky, but I don't know. Like the thing about the camera is that like you if you turn up the sensitivity, you don't need to turn as much as you think. And like with the controls, like they're obviously clunky because without a second analog, obviously. But like I'm going to say because I played a lot of clunky games on PSP. Like if you play Birth by Sleep on PSP, that game does not control terribly well. But
No, it does
I was
not.
able to. But you can adjust to it if you play a lot of those action games on like systems without like a second analog.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say,
I want them to
I've had no
remake that
problem
game
with
for
either
Wii U, though, damn it. And they do that all by it day one.
That-
Just saying.
I'm fine with that. I'm not complaining. More people would play the best game, those on 3DS. No. I'm just
Chris, how do you feel about Kid Icarus Uprising? Did you play it? Did you beat it?
Oh, I love it. Hell yeah, I played the hell out of that game. I love it. I mean,
Lonely Island
it takes...
over here.
Yes, you are. This is your outnumber this time. How does it feel, John?
I know, but you know what? I still have my Kid Icarus Uprising AR cards, so I still have a piece of history. So there's that. There's our quick little Kid Icarus talk. You have one more item
Here.
listed on the outline. Oh my god.
What?
Here.
What?
This guy.
This guy does what?
This guy wants your Kid Icarus AR cards.
Oh, you want my shit, do you?
I want your... Well, I don't want all of your shit. I just want your AR cards.
I'll think about it, Chris. You're a good dude.
Ah!
Look at him. That's live disappointment, part 2.
It is. It is.
You have
It is.
one more item listed on the outline, Beryl. Tell us about it real quick.
Delay Premonition. That game's weird. That game's really, really clunky. That game's a bad game, but it's a really interesting game. Like it's sort of like the storytelling kind of has its hooks in me. It's like a weird murder mystery, but I don't know. It's somehow engaging, even if the gameplay sucks.
You want to talk about an awesomely bad game?
Sure.
I think, Chris, we talked about it a long-ass time ago on the other podcast, but Chris, have you played Evil Zone? And Beryl, have you played Evil Zone for the original PlayStation?
I don't think I have. I don't know if I've even heard
One
of it.
of the voice actor of the narrator is Roy Campbell from the Metal Gear Solid series.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I was like, you said Bruce Campbell for a minute. I was going to say, I'm in.
Just
Bye. Day one bye. Right now. Let's go.
when you two get a moment after this show, and lovely audience members after this show, just Google Evil Zone PSX. You'll see what is quite possibly the most awesomely bad fighting game ever created. It's a fighting game that doesn't have a jump button.
Alright.
I can't even, with how much time I sunk into that game, not realizing how awful it was. I have this fond nostalgia for it in my heart, but looking back at it now, oh my god, what was I doing? You ever have those games where you're just like, what the fuck was I thinking?
War God 64. War God 64, that's my game. I played that game for so long because someone bought it for me, and I didn't have very many games for the 64 at first. So I played that and like Blast Corps for hours.
Fair enough. Beryl, do you have a game like that?
You know, I've played a lot of mediocre RPGs and worse, and when I think about it, I put a unhealthy amount of time in Draken on the SNES, or Super Nintendo, and that game is real bad. It's real bad.
I've actually never heard of that.
It's Drakken, but it's not good. Don't.
So you're saying I shouldn't go on Amazon and import or buy it so I can play it on my Retron?
No, totally. Just get that instead of Mother 3. Like, just.
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
See, Beryl's up on my Twitter talk right now.
Pretty
That
much,
makes me happy
man.
inside.
And he's feeding the trolls.
He is feeding the trolls. Chris, I think you're next on our lovely outline of things to outline. I know
Am
what
I?
we're going to be talking about later on in this show, so why don't you just mention it right out the gate?
Waifus.
What? What?
What have you been doing that just came out yesterday that you're going to sink a fortune into?
I don't know. What is it?
It's already too late for a
Disney
recap.
Infinity.
I know. Can you see the screen?
Wait, can I see the screen? I'm over here looking at the outline. Should I be paying? Wait. Damn.
Hi.
He's got figurines and shit.
Oh, grab the cat. No, Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes. We got my little Star-Lord here. Got my little Rocket Raccoon here. Got my
Oh,
Hawkeye
see, there's
Iron
Guardians
Man.
of the Galaxy figurines, so
Heck yeah,
Chris
dude.
is all up in it.
Seriously, I spent well, I almost spent, I could have spent a fortune the other day. I picked up the starter set for Wii U, the Guardians of the Galaxy play set, the Rocket Raccoon standalone figure, and a Power Disc pack. I already had Hawkeye, so that was cool. But
If you
yeah,
don't
man.
mind, how much was the bottom line total on your receipt for those purchases?
Let's see. With how much they added up to, I think it was like $135.
I think that's. I asked the same question. I think that's the response I got.
Yeah, it is about 135, I think. But
Oh.
I did actually have some games that I traded in, and I had some money from the generous Jonathan from the sale of the old Smash Brothers voter card. So I
True.
put that together and got me Disney Infinity, and I've been super happy since. Like, I'm feeling very irresponsible right now because I'm supposed to be playing and reviewing Natural Doctrine, which I'll talk about a little later. But right now, I can only think about Disney Infinity. It's like in my mind and in my pores, and it's like
What happened to theater rhythm, Chris?
I wash my hands. I can't get it off. My will was strong enough. I got Natural Doctrine, and I have not played Theatre Rhythm since.
No.
So I've been good.
Wow.
I've been a really good boy. Well, because I review things, man. You got to do that.
Gotta be professional sometimes.
Yeah, you
Sometimes.
gotta have a little willpower, man. So trust me when I say the pool was always there. I played that game, and I'm not gonna go into a whole lot about it, but let me tell you that basically every moment I spent playing Natural Doctrine, I spent wishing I could be playing Theatre instead.
Oh snap!
Ooh.
So,
Whew.
but Disney Infinity, oh man, that pulled me right in. And if time permitting, I will talk a little bit about that
Oh
because
yeah.
I actually have some really good observations about that game.
Fair
so far.
enough. We'll certainly get to it. I think we'll
Yeah.
have time, but you never know.
Yeah.
But what's this last thing on your outline? You've got written in all caps.
Oh yeah, fuck you, Matt Fraction. Okay, fuck you, right in the mouth, you dirty asshole.
Oh my God.
I read Hawkeye. I'm reading the Hawkeye comics by Matt Fraction, and most of the time David Aja, who's the illustrator. I love it. It's fantastic. I think it elevates superhero comics to a level they've not been in years. But something happened in issue 9, and they repeat it in issue 10 and look at it from a different angle. And I just want to say, I fucking hate you, Matt Fraction. I hate you. I'm going to still keep buying your comics, but I hate you.
Is it like a spoiler to mention that? Because now my interest is
Oh, yeah.
peaked.
It's a big spoiler. Like, if somebody is like, I don't know, even remotely thinking about reading the comics, they definitely cannot hear about what happens in these 2 issues because it's
Okay, for a handful of viewers that do watch or not watch but read Hawkeye, please stop listening now for approximately 3 to 5 minutes while Chris delivers the punchline because my interest is super duper peaked. I'll give him 5 minutes for spoiler talk and then we'll pick right back up. Deal?
well, it's not going to matter as much to you because you're not reading the comics, but
Well, no, but you can certainly explain it. Like I get
Okay.
it. Go ahead.
okay, I'll give you the Beryl, do you mind?
I gotta turn off now. I'm kidding. Keep going. Sure.
Okay. In the Fraction Hawkeye, the comic is based mostly in his time off the Avengers, like whenever he's not doing Avenger-y things.
Mhm.
And he comes into ownership of a building. And the tenants of the building, a lot of them are reoccurring characters and are pretty good friends of him. You see them throughout the issues. And one guy in particular, who's nicknamed Grills, Hawkeye actually helps him. You remember the hurricane that happened in the Jersey Shore? That was like what? Last year? 2
You're
years
talking
ago?
like real life shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
real
ahead.
life stuff. they have an issue that deals with that, and he takes girls back to his dad's house, who lives in Jersey, to evacuate him. And so he's like, well, thanks, thanks for helping me out. And he's like, yeah, that's no problem. He reunited the father and son bond a bit, and you really get to kind of like know Grills as a person, even though he is inconsequential to the Marvel universe. He is inconsequential.
Right.
He is a friend of Hawkeye, but he's a friend of the reader because he's so cool, and he's in it from issue 1, and then in issue 9, he gets assassinated.
Oh.
Assassinated by a hitman whose goal is to hurt everyone around Hawkeye.
Beautiful.
And he starts with Grills. And it's, okay, you would think the guy doesn't even have a last name. He has a first name only. He is a reoccurring character with the minimalist of impact on the series as a whole, but the death was felt far and wide because they make you care about him. And on top of that, characters like that, citizens, just ordinary people, they die, they don't come back. Like
Right.
Hawkeye
Oh, hell no. He's not coming
Hawkeye
back.
died instantly in the Infinity Gauntlet series. That dude blinked out of existence. But he came back, Captain America was dead, he came back. Pretty much every superhero has been dead at least once at this point. But Grills is never coming back, man.
All right, that kind of does it. I can see that now. All right,
It's
you're
not going to make as much sense. Like, if you read them, you will want to destroy anything that you're holding at the time.
Fair enough.
Including that dog.
Including that dog, which I want to...
Especially that dog.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
have a
then
new
I
pet
guess
by the
that
end of the
leaves
episode.
things to me, unless you have anything else to say about Hawkeye, Chris.
No, sir. I'm going to turn off the mic for a second.
Holy crap.
Oh, Chris. I hope Chris never changes. What I've been doing. Hey guys, more Theater Rhythm. I've played, like, less than probably the other people in the room combined. I've only played a meager 20 hours. Beryl, how much time
that's
have you
all?
put into the game?
Like 14 hours.
Fair enough. I expect Chris or maybe Leah, also from Game Podunk, have like doubled us completely. Like I've seen Leah's posts on Twitter, and she has like 86,000 Rhythmia or whatever, and I'm like, what? She plays hard. There are some people who play Theater Rhythm hard. I play Theater Rhythm kinda hard, but that's about it. I've also been playing
Play it
Aladdin.
soft, John. You're so soft.
Chris, how much time have you put into the game?
I'd say it's probably around the same as you, actually, 20 hours. But then again, also remember, I haven't been playing since.
Oh, that's
like
right. That's
Thursday or
right.
Friday.
That's right. You're a professional. You're a big boy, and you have shit to do.
Yep.
I don't necessarily have shit to do, so I've been playing a bunch of old Disney games and old retro games in general. I'll mention World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck again real quick, just to say that for the first time in our 9-year relationship, and it has actually, what day is today? It was 9 years officially, 4 days ago. So I've been with Holly for way, way too long. And in that entire relationship, we have only beaten one game ever together, and that was World of Illusion.
No.
Disney co-op games, they knew how to do it back in the day. I don't know if they necessarily know how to do it these days, but I don't know, like, with you two, and I guess this can be our discussion topic for later on in the day, but, like, what kind of games should you get someone who's not really into games into so that you can play stuff together? Interesting question. While you guys think about that, I'll mention Aladdin, best freaking Disney game ever on the Sega Genesis. Played it more, beat it, love it to death. Tommy Tallarico did the music. I had no idea that was a fact. And he's gone on to like host and create Video Games Live and Video Games Level 4 Kickstarter, or Video Games Live Level 4 Kickstarter. I think that's coming. And I want it because I tweeted to Tommy Tallarico, if you put Cave Story arrangement from E3 into level 4, like, I'll pay any fucking price. And he's like, oh, by the way, Cave Story's confirmed. Just a little dance.
Nice.
Well, you gotta pay all
What's
that
your
money then. You know?
I do. I will. Like, whatever price it takes for me to get Cave Story in my hand, Cave Story orchestrated in my hands, yes, sir, I will pay it. Mark my words. Look me in the eye. Speaking of Holly, she has been playing in her spare time, besides the Pokemon games, which we have been playing quite a bit together over the years. She has been playing Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins for the Game Boy, because that was a really easy Mario game, and I hope that she liked it. And from there, we go from retro into modern, and I've handed her Yoshi's New Island for the 3DS. Which, like, I reviewed the game back in the day. I gave it a 6 out of 10. It's, like, kind of middle of the road for the hardcore Yoshi's Island, like, elite kind of dudes that have played it since the SNES era.
The Yoshi's Island Illuminati.
Yeah, those people. Those people would consider it a 6 out of 10. I personally consider it a 6 out of 10 because it's a good game, but it's a pushover at best. But I don't think that game was made for me. I think
John.
that game was made for people like Holly.
John,
And yes.
not every game needs to rip out your internal organs and show them to you. Believe it or not, some people play games to have fun, not want to murder small animals.
I never did finish 1001 Spikes. I'm way too terrified of that damn game. I'm way too
Finally, the
terrified.
game that bested John.
That's the one game to do it. I finished La Mulana. I did. Couldn't finish 1001 Spikes. That game is fucking cruel. God. Anyway, Yoshi's New Island. Holly's been playing it. Holly's been enjoying it. I hope she continues to enjoy it, but if she suddenly starts hating it, I'll let you guys know. Chris, you said you liked Cool Spot. How much of Cool Spot do you remember?
I remember it being on, like, the docks at a beach.
Yep.
And you used to collect little bottles with notes coming out.
Yep.
That's pretty much all I
For those of you who don't know, prior to the what the hell are the name of those damn games? The Yaris game and Sneak King and all the great advertising games of the modern era. There was a game called Cool Spot, which was created by the same company who gave us Aladdin for the Sega Genesis, if I'm not mistaken. So it had more of those kind of platforming elements to it, but it just so happened to star the little Cool Spot mascot of the 7-Up company. So of course, there were all sorts of implicit advertisement references in the game. Every level is a pun. Like, I can't remember some of the specific ones off the top of my head, but that game is absolutely off the wall with puns, and it does have a lot of charm. It's not quite Aladdin levels of charm, and I'm kind of really fucking frustrated with Cool Spot because it's really goddamn hard, and I was not expecting this level of difficulty in my 7-Up platformer. But I've been slowly making my way through it. I eventually replaced it with other Disney games, but I will certainly finish it before too long, I imagine. But for now, I will give Cool Spot my middle-of-the-road, could potentially get better grade.
Alright.
I'll also mention Terror in Resonance, the only anime I've been watching so far, for Jared, who may listen to this show later. I love that anime. I still love that anime. And it's just getting better. It's getting better and better, and I love it, and I adore it. I also played a little bit of Rex Rocket, because Blossom Tales was a thing. I don't know if you guys know about this, but the people who made Rex Rocket are making another game, and they're hoping to fund it through Kickstarter. And instead of it being a love letter to Mega Man games, they're making a love letter to Zelda games. And I hope that you all check out their Kickstarter, because the funding goal for Rex Rocket was like maybe 6,000, if I recall. But you can tell with Rex Rocket that it could be a lot more. So that's what they're approaching with Blossom Tales in mind. Like their funding goal is I think 4,500. Wait, no, maybe I'm wrong about that.
45,000.
Yeah,
It says
45,000 at a 0 or 2. God, but they're hoping to make the game bigger, better, and brighter than Rex Rocket. And these are one of the few developers out there that I trust to do something like that. Because Rex Rocket, even after I've been done reviewing it, and as I'm making my way through it again, I have picked up the game and started playing again. And it is still sticking with me. I freaking love that game, and I wish Castle Pixel nothing but the best. And I hope their new Kickstarter project is successful because I really want to play that game.
So
Dudes.
John's not gonna back it this time?
Oh, I didn't back Rex Rocket because I never heard of Rex Rocket until that day at PAX East when I started randomly playing the game. I backed the fuck out of Blossom Tales, by the way.
Oh,
$7,934. That's all him.
No. I like typically when it comes to these Kickstarter games that I'm kind of sort of interested in, I'll throw like the $10 or $15 minimum tier, sort of like get yourself a digital copy of the game. I want to say I funded 55 for Blossom Tales, and if I'm looking like and it starts to seem like it's not gonna make it, I might double that because I love Rex Rocket that much that I want to give these guys a second chance and see if lightning can strike twice. Love those guys. Seriously. They made an awesome game.
Lightning did strike twice. It struck 3 times, my friend.
Lightning Returns.
Final Fantasy 13,
That's
13
right.
2, and Lightning Returns.
Let's mention that for Randy real quick. Lightning Returns is coming, or the whole Lightning trilogy is coming to Steam, and Randy is a fucking happy clam.
Oh my god, I can only imagine how crazy he's going to go collecting those Steam trading cards.
Oh my god! I didn't even think
Can you
of
imagine?
that. Dude, he's gonna go nuts.
He's going to go insane. He's going to go nuts.
And for those of you who are listening to this that don't necessarily follow Randy or any of us on Twitter, he's talking about live streaming the game via Twitch. So if you are interested in seeing Randy live stream one of his favorite games of all time, by all means, follow Saber_Breaker on Twitter, and we will get things done when that game releases. Moving on, just 2 more games to talk about real quick. Did either of you play Quackshot back in the day?
Nope.
Quackshot. You know, you are mentioning these things I don't think I've ever heard of.
How about DuckTales then?
Nope,
DuckTales
never
or
heard of
DuckTales
it.
Remastered?
No idea what that is. Never. What is...
DuckTales? Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
I
John.
grew up in the 90s. I watched
Life
it.
is like a hurricane.
Here at Duckburg?
Yeah.
God, I don't know the theme song off the top of my head because we
John!
need a moment. Chris, bring it in and I'll follow. Like we need a musical moment in honor of Jared.
You don't tell me that you were not
Something
at the
lasers, airplanes,
the
it's
Capcom
Duck
booth.
Blur. What's
Well,
the
yeah, but no, I'm talking about
race
had the
cars,
karaoke
lasers,
booth at
airplanes,
E3.
it's Duck Blur. Yes. Thank you.
Damn it, John, I'm
Holly.
talking to you.
You're not talking to me anymore?
No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, and you're singing the damn song.
What is it you would like to say to me, sir?
Well, I don't know. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm surprised you didn't go to the karaoke booth at E3 in 2013.
Wait, that was a thing?
Yeah, you didn't see it. Like where they had the row of DuckTales games to play, it looked like a little telephone booth, and you could go in there and it had a monitor, and it would record you singing the DuckTales song karaoke style.
Wow, why did I not hear of that?
I'm surprised you didn't hear that either. It had a little monitor outside that would like show you pre-recorded.
Chris, did you sing DuckTales karaoke?
No, because they were recording, and I didn't really want to be on video.
I would have been on video in a fucking New York minute, a Duckburg minute, ladies and gentlemen.
These dulcet tones are only for our backwards compatible podcast listeners. I'm sorry.
Aww.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yes, Quackshot is the Disney game on Genesis that is an attempt to recapture the same lightning as DuckTales for the Nintendo, but it stars Donald Duck. It's very open world-y. You've got this sort of like describing Quackshot just real quick. Rather than playing it level by level in a linear progression, you play bits and pieces of a level at a time. For example, when you get to the starting level, you'll reach this end point, and a flag will pop up, and it's like, oh, there's a checkpoint here, and you'll see this wall that you can't pass, and like someone will tell you, oh, you need such and such to be able to climb walls, go find it, and then you go leave the level, go explore another level, and find the thing that lets you climb the wall so that you can then climb the walls and advance further in Duckburg, and so on and so forth. It builds on itself. It's really, really awesome. It's by far one of my favorite Disney games.
Like you, the way you started that, I was like, does he like the game? Like, oh, he really likes it. Okay.
Oh,
like,
dude, Quackshot's outstanding. It definitely has what it takes to sort of compete with DuckTales in my mind. And to test that competition, I bought DuckTales 2, not on the regular Nintendo because that is ungodly expensive and has become a rarity, but on the Game Boy, which is, to my understanding, a faithful port of the original DuckTales 2, much like Adventure Island 3 and its many Game Boy port kind of deals. Like 90s handheld games fascinate me because the NES version existed, and instead of like creating like this little subset offshoot weirdo game, they just directly ported the game to the handheld, so you can pick between either the console version or the handheld version, and that was a thing. It's kind of crazy.
if you like black and white, or if you don't like black and white.
If you like gaming on the go, or if you like gaming on your television. Fair enough. I think that about does it.
Options are great. I like options.
Options are great. Did you guys want to like talk about this underlying discussion question? Because last week we had Smash Brothers, but this week we kind of don't have anything. We winged it a little bit, talked about some Final Fantasy Tactics and some Kid Icarus.
I'm surprised you didn't want to. Didn't there? Wasn't there something you talked about in the beginning of the? I don't remember.
I guess maybe co-op game.
I've been paying attention to you this whole time.
I know.
When podcasts have been going, and I haven't paid attention to a word you said. I'm sorry, John.
Of course not. That's how it works. Everybody just tunes my dumb ass out.
It's true friendship.
So, Chris,
No,
you
there
have
was
a
something.
kid.
What did you say?
You have a kid. He's Trent.
Yes.
He's not. How old is he?
He's just a little over 2 at this point.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's like 2.
When Trent gets a little older, when he gets to the point where he can start to understand the games and play along with you, what games will you play with him?
God, what games will I not play with him? Sonic the Hedgehog for sure. I'm gonna get that kid. He loves Sonic the Hedgehog now. He loves it. So it's not gonna be really difficult to get him to play those games.
Fair enough.
There's a whole bunch. Like, there's actually a lot of games because I have a niece also. My niece is like, she's 9 right now. So my niece and I, like, we were playing Disney Infinity earlier, and we were just doing like 2-player co-op. She plays Mario Kart with us. She loves the
Mario Kart's
Pokemon
another
Rumble
good one.
games. Yeah, Mario Kart's great. She loves the Pokemon Rumble games because it's
Really?
you don't have to be as, they aren't so text heavy, as the traditional Pokemon games.
Right.
And there's a little bit of type advantage programmed in, but not enough that it makes the game really tough for people who don't understand that sort of thing. So she loves it. That's honestly like her favorite one. She fires up Pokemon Rumble U for my Wii U, and she basically earns me points. I can't hardly stand to play that game, so she's doing all the unnecessary grinding for me. So.
Right. Well, I mean, that... I'm just trying to think, because, like, obviously we did... I first, like, with Holly, she does game, and she likes gaming, but She likes pretty much taking it easy, sticking with some of the more casual stuff. She played a ton of Tomodachi Life when that came out until it got old and boring, like it did for every single one of us.
Except for my
And
wife.
she plays the Pokemon games. She's played through Super Mario Land 2 now and Yoshi's New Island currently. Like, she takes it nice and easy. What kind of nice and easy co-op games are out there besides the old Disney ones?
Dude, Kirby's Epic Yarn is like awesome for
Oh
that.
yeah, definitely. And that game's long, so
You
could
know
probably...
what? That's I didn't even think of that until right now. When Yoshi's Woolly World comes out, fuck yes, we are playing that together.
Yeah, dude. And it's, I mean, because Kirby's Epic Yarn is so cheap, I mean, it's worth revisiting that too. I think that's a great game.
I didn't even think, like, I'm so used to gaming as an individual experience that I didn't even think about the co-op nature of it.
Yeah, dude. Prince Fluff, man. Come on.
Prince Fluff. The dog approves of Prince Fluff.
Yep, big fan.
Prince Fluff. He is the ruler that we need, not the one we deserve.
Could you imagine just like Prince Fluff gone horribly wrong? Like, just any Nintendo property gone horribly wrong. Like, I don't know, Brawl in the Family does that kind of stuff, doesn't it? And those various like Newgrounds Flash animated videos of like Super Smash Brothers parodies.
There Will Be Brawl. That was pretty dark.
I like the commercials. Have you seen the commercials they've been putting out?
Settle
What is
it
it,
with
the-
Smash!
Yeah, Settle It and Smash. I love that. That girl
At least
fights
they
her
know how to
younger
market.
brother and a friend for the last slice of pizza and totally whoops her ass as Kirby. Okay, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that bullshit that she uses the only pink character, really?
Fucking yes. They,
Like,
they might
she
as well
can't
have
use,
had
like,
her use
Samus or
fucking
something like
Princess
that? Like,
Peach. God. Like, why
yeah,
not?
well, she used Kirby. She used Kirby. I still thought that was
At
bullshit.
least,
thing.
at
I was
least
like,
they
really?
let her win. At least they let her win in
That's
that little
true.
30-second TV
That's
spot.
true. At least they didn't be like, oh, girls, can't play Smash. Like,
Charlotte's still gonna kick my ass in Smash Brothers.
oh man, those are. I like those though. They're so ridiculous. They remind me of some of the '90s Nintendo commercials, but in like the best ways, with actual production
Raymond
value.
also says that he and his brother played through Kirby's Epic Yarn in co-op, and it was fantastic. Maybe I should
Oh,
take
yeah.
you guys up on this. Maybe I should.
Yeah,
And
Raymond
it is
knows
dirt
his
cheap
stuff,
these
too.
days, and there is a dinosaur level. I mean, yeah. That's a thing that should happen. Maybe I'll keep you guys posted. I don't know, unless there's something like I'm forgetting about. What's like the quintessential like 90s cute co-op game? I guess like World of Illusion is pretty high up there because you're Mickey and Donald and you travel through these various Disney-inspired levels. Like, was there a like when I think
I
co-op
mean-
games, I think like fucking Contra Hardcore and shit like that. Like the real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's not many cute co-op games from back in that day. I don't think.
Metal Slug is adorable. You could be a zombie, and then... No, I don't.
Oh, did you say Metal Slug?
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
Oh, like
Metal
it's-
Slug. I love Metal Slug.
it's adorable.
Dude.
It's very friendly.
Oh my god. Beryl, you solved the equation. Metal Slug as a Platinum's game remake.
That, I'd approve of that.
Yes.
Dude, that's amazing.
It only took us about an hour and 12 minutes.
Wow. I am floored.
All right, since I don't want to go on for hours and hours about co-op stuff, Chris, tell us more about Disney Infinity. You have the floor for about maybe 5-10 minutes. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I could do it. I can do it in that time. I think it's really, really good. It's definitely an improvement over the first game. The first game had a lot of technical problems. Like for instance, hello, are you there?
Mhm.
Okay, just making sure your video froze, so I didn't know what was going on.
Nope. Maybe
The
if
first
I
one had
dance
some
till
technical
now.
problems, design choices. Like for instance, when you're playing the first game, you want to get to the toy box mode. You want to unlock all these things so you can build your own games within the toy box.
Right.
And they wall packs off from you. So like, you want to use this, well, you can't because it's not given to you immediately. You have to unlock it, and the way to unlock it is you had to use a random spin. So you couldn't select anything you wanted. It had to be random. And it was just really frustrating. It was so messy. It was such a dumb idea. And they retconned that. Thankfully, they in 2.0, you use points. Like, you still have to unlock things, but you know what you're going to unlock next, and you can sort of skip around in a sort of sense. There's still sort of like a progression kind of thing, but it's a lot easier to navigate. It's a lot more user-friendly, and they unlock a lot quicker, which is good. Leveling up the characters feels really, really great. I got Hawkeye, I think, at level 8 right now. Hawkeye is really good. When he starts off really slow, but you start putting points into him, and he becomes a beast, which is great because they said, yeah, you're going to have skill points and all that stuff, but then nobody really knew how they were going to work. Are they going to be superficial? They actually help a lot, so that's good. The game itself on Wii U, unfortunately, seems like it's kind of like not the best version because I freeze sometimes. I froze twice yesterday, so I don't know. Like, that's a lot because I only played it like maybe 2 hours. So
Oh wow.
yeah, yikes.
That sucks bad.
But the game itself, I mean, if you can pick it up maybe like on Xbox One, PS4, I bet you that would handle the game really, really well. And then just the freedom that it allows you, like the flying characters are really, really awesome to play as. You get to just zoom around the city. It's really fun. So flying is awesome, which is too awesome because it makes the characters who can't fly kind of like, oh crap, I can't fly now. What do you mean I gotta walk everywhere, ride a damn motorcycle? This is horse shit. I was so pissed.
I had to follow the rules of the level design. That's terrible.
I know. What is this? Gravity? Fuck gravity. It's terrible.
That's
Whoever programmed
show.
gravity
Fuck
is
gravity.
awful. Fuck gravity.
And
I
fucking
need that as a
Matt
shirt.
Fryer or whatever his name is. Did I get it right?
Fraction.
Matt
That fraction. Yeah, like the math thing.
That thing I'm not good at? No wonder I said Fryer. I've got food on my mind.
Yeah, are you better at cooking than you are at math?
Considering how much I suck at cooking, it's debatable. You know what I had for dinner tonight, gentlemen? Because I had a long-ass day at work and didn't have time to
Was
cook
it cereal?
SpaghettiOs.
Right?
SpaghettiOs!
There you go. Bachelor chow, now with flavor.
Damn right. Except I'm not a bachelor, but that's okay.
Well, it's just the chow. The chow is named Bachelor Chow. Anyway, so yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it right now. I did get to test out the interiors, which is new. You actually get to build your own house, and then you decorate the inside of it. And it seems pretty cool, but I haven't really been given the option to tie the interiors to the other levels. Like, say, you build your own toy box, and then put a door there. I'm not sure if that you can use the door to access the interiors. I hope so, because that would be awesome, but I don't know yet. Cross my fingers on that. And
Of course, you'll keep us updated.
of course. And just one last little tidbit: the Guardians of the Galaxy playset is definitely really awesome. I want to say
That
it's
doesn't
actually
come
better.
from a fan of the series at all.
No. It's good. It is good. It's good. Trust me. I don't know who exactly or how, but apparently Ninja Theory is involved somewhere in Disney Infinity.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, that's actually real news. I think it was announced at PAX that they said that.
Wow.
But
Nice.
Do you know what they did, Beryl?
No?
I no idea. I actually think a lot of random studios are getting involved in Disney Infinity, like
Yeah.
Beyond Ninja.
Well, they what they do is they outsource like the different playsets. The different playsets have individual developers.
Oh. Well, no wonder you like the Guardians of the Galaxy place.
Well, I don't know if Ninja Theory did that one, but whoever did it did a really, really great job. It definitely has the exploration mechanic down really well. you can go back to previous areas that you've been through and unlock new areas you weren't able to explore the first time, and get like collectible items. You can unlock, production art. You can unlock items for your house, shit like that. It's really cool. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy playset, I'm even gonna say it's better than the Avengers, but it's also probably not the best for kids because there's a lot of falling off in that one.
Oh.
What's your favorite character to play?
I'm gonna Rocket, right?
No, you know what? Rocket doesn't have unfortunately, the only melee attacks that he has to start out with is like kind of like a tackle. That's all he can do. He just does like a shoulder tackle. The guns are good. I'm gonna say right now, even above Hawkeye, which I really like, is Star-Lord, who's like a really good all-around character.
Does he listen to music while he's fighting?
He jokes about having his own soundtrack, but he doesn't listen to the headphones.
Oh,
Yeah.
get Trent hooked on a feeling.
Yeah, so there's my Disney Infinity 2.0 talk for the day, kiddies.
Fair enough. I know you've been gaming a lot, Beryl, but is there anything that's like super duper really pressing on your mind that you just want to be on the airwaves for 5 minutes to rant about any of the games that you talked about previously?
Not really. Like, the things that I've hyped about are like all spoilers. They're like, nope, can't even like imply anything.
That sucks.
Yeah, well.
But that's the thing with games like that. They just have to be played. And then, like, maybe 6 months or a year into the game's release, we can all get together and have a spoiler cast. And that's when the real fucking sparks fly.
That'd definitely be interesting. But, yeah.
I haven't gotten into Danganronpa, and I really, really need to, but I need to get my Vita back first. Oh, by the way, dude, this is a packing slip from the front of my apartment complex. I didn't order anything via UPS that I know of, which means my Vita is in my apartment office, and I'm getting it back tomorrow.
Sweet.
Just in time for fucking Hyrule Warriors to come out. God damn it.
Yep.
Hey. Velocity 2X, John.
Oh, snap.
You know what? Beryl, Chris has committed a criminal offense. He straight forgot I had a PlayStation 4, and dude didn't even fucking tell me that Velocity 2X was multi-platform. I thought it was Vita.
Yeah, I think it's PS3, PS4, and Vita.
No, it's not. It's not PS3 actually.
It's PS4 and PS Vita, and I could have been playing it on my damn console while my Vita was in for repairs this whole fucking time, and dude,
I forgot. You never talk about it. You never talk about it.
And you know why? Because there ain't nothing out for it.
Oh.
Well, there you go. How am I? Am I a mind reader? Am I supposed to teleport into your apartment and take inventory?
You're supposed to know everything about me.
I know.
What do you know, Chris?
I know.
He knows everything.
I know what you do at night when no one's looking. Does that count?
This podcast is about to take a turn for the criminally insane.
Hyrule Warriors. Why do you guys care about Hyrule Warriors?
Why do you not care about Hyrule Warriors, Beryl?
Dynasty Warriors. It's a Dynasty Warriors game.
Hey, did you play One Piece?
But damn it,
no, I didn't.
There's Zelda in it.
But guys,
it's Zelda though. It's Zelda. Which, I mean, beyond news and things like I mentioned Hyrule Warriors, like yes, there's DLC for the game. Pumped up. Woo!
Oh yeah. It's gonna be
the real news item that we can talk about for all of 10 minutes and basically just shaking our fists at a nation. Why the fuck does Australia get the new Nintendo 3DS before Europe and the United States? Why?
Oh, they haven't been particularly lucky about any video games for a very long time. So.
Yeah, it's time for them to get lucky, and I am genuinely excited for them. I really am. But
they have like the world's lowest suicide rate, so I think That's like the price they pay. No one offs themselves, but at the same time, they don't
They
get.
all want it.
So that's that little piece of news. Like, that happened at fucking 2 a.m. last night. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to go to bed. And then, surprise! Australian Nintendo Direct. You guys get the 3DS November 14th or some shit. And I'm like, what?
I know. I'm hurt. I'm
Chris.
so hurt right now.
Before we go, what the fuck is Bendgate?
Oh. The iPhone 6 came out, and the iPhone 6 Plus, and apparently the phones are so thin, and I don't know, probably made of something that's not 100% metal, that people have they have it in their pocket. Like, the iPhone 6 only came out this week, and they're already bending. Like, the internal components are breaking, the phones are bending.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
How much
And I
does
only
this
say it-
cost?
Those
It's a good-
iPods, like this motherfucker. This is Holly's old iPod. Let's steer this into, like, I have walked with this fucker and tripped, and it's cracked, but it still works. By God.
You just
It
cut
ain't
your fingers
bending
open every
anytime
time you touch
soon.
it.
It ain't bending. But you're telling
But,
me this brand new iPhone 6 fucking bends? Really?
Yep. Yes, sir. And I think the real thing is, like, my issue with it is people, like, kind of, they get a little bit overzealous, and they start putting the word gate on the end of things, like, obviously gate.
Don't open that Pandora's box.
No, I'm gonna
Fucking
do it. John, shut up. I'm gonna do it.
Let's talk about Watergate, everyone.
Let's talk about Watergate.
God
When
bless
Richard
you, girl.
Nixon.
Oh, I hope you two are on the same wavelength on that. God bless you both if you were.
No, we talked about it. We talked about it, actually.
Gate. Jesus.
I really think people today, like, it sucks to say this, but for us, people today have absolutely nothing terrible going on in their lives, obviously, if they call this a scandal.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, God forbid, like, Enron was a scandal. People lost their pensions. People had to declare bankruptcy. That's a scandal. If your $500 phone breaks, wah, okay, fine. You're sad. I get it. It sucks that your phone broke. But it's not a scandal. It's just Apple being shitty. It's like, they should have known better? Yeah. But I wouldn't call that a scandal. Someone sending ricin to the president, that is a scandal, okay? Let's not talk about your fucking iPhone breaking, okay? Come on. Really?
This is Chris's, like, bi-monthly not be a dick on the internet talk.
I know, it's just like,
It's
man, have
happening
some
far too
perspective.
often lately. People, stop being dicks.
Well, okay, they're not being dicks. They don't have a perspective. Like, they don't have perspective. And this is funny. This is completely unrelated. But just to give you an example, my friend, I think it's her cousin. Her cousin is pregnant, expecting her second child. And she is posting on Facebook about how she's worried that her son may or may not like her favorite football team.
What?
Yes, and my friend, who's this person's cousin, was basically saying, like, it's frustrating to see her say that because the father of that child is not necessarily financially stable or responsible. And so the fact that she's worried about that over how is she going to afford this child, it, like, speaks to volumes about how, like, disconnected people in this generation are as to, like, how to live and, like, not die. Like, people know how to live, but they don't know how to not die.
Oh my God. This podcast is taking a much
This is real
fucking...
dark. Yeah. I don't like this conversation. I'm really depressed now.
Dude, Chris, way to bring the podcast down. I don't
Whatever,
even-
dude. I'm raging. I'm raging so hard.
Like, we're obviously about to wrap this bad boy up, but we can't end it on fucking that. We can't end it on that. Let's think of something fucking cheery, dudes.
Nintendo's old.
Nintendo is old.
Nintendo
That's
is old.
right. Fucking Nintendo turned 125 years old the other day. What did you do to celebrate, Chris?
What did I do? I actually called up my old buddy. I called up my old buddy Shigeru Miyamoto. Picture here. Well, hello there.
There you
Hi.
go.
Hi. Oh. Hello. Very good to be here.
Chris, you're gonna get us in trouble.
All the Asian viewers are offended now.
I know.
Oh my lord.
Everyone already knows I'm the racist one. It's okay.
The
I don't think
opinions
it
of Chris
surprises anyone.
Garcia do not represent those of Game Podunk of the Backwards Compatible Podcast or of any organization this idiot's affiliated with.
Send your hate mail
Lovable
to
idiot.
jhiggins@operatingfall.com.
Word. That's where to send your fucking hate mail. Daryl, what did you do to celebrate Nintendo's 125th anniversary?
I played Theater Rhythm. I played Punch Ground.
Fair enough.
Actually,
He used the 3DS.
yep.
Well,
I haven't
you
played it for a
guys-
while, but
To celebrate
Keep
Nintendo's 125th anniversary, I played the best NES game ever made. It was on my 3DS, granted, because I don't own an original copy of it anymore. But I played some Super Mario Bros. 3, and I was in cloud heaven.
nice.
Do we agree that Super Mario Bros. 3 is probably the best NES game ever made?
Nope.
I don't have any strong feelings towards the NES, so I would agree and not care enough to disagree.
Fair enough. What about you, Chris?
I don't know. I'm not a really huge fan. Like, I do like 3, and I do like having played it, but I wouldn't say it's
Whoa.
like my favorite of all time.
Whoa. What are you the fuck about to say to me right now?
Mega Man 2.
Wait. What is he?
Hi.
He's.
I'm
that's-
Rocket Raccoon. Hey. Ain't nothing like me except me. There.
Chris,
Yeah?
are you really fucking telling me right now that Super Mario Bros. 3 isn't one of your favorite Mario games? What is?
Super Mario World for the SNES.
Acceptable. Acceptable.
Yep.
At least you didn't say Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Shut up, Sunshine. I like Sunshine.
I like Sunshine too, but it's not in the fucking top.
Yeah.
John. Or
It's in
Barrel.
the top 10. It's in the top 10, but
Okay.
it's in the low 10. Lower end of the 10.
What he said. That's the other fucking title of this show, because Beryl and I seem to be having a hive mind effect over here this whole hour and a half.
Take advantage of it. The only time I can talk trash about 13. No, I'm kidding. I actually don't mind those games.
You guys are killing me. Just wait.
I don't actually mind those games.
No, it's like I have vocalized my quote-unquote hatred for It's not bad. It's not horrible. And I know Randy enjoys the fuck out of it, so I let him have his thing. It's not fair to shit on Randy's thing, especially when Randy's not
No,
here to defend it.
no.
Like, I won't have this talk. We might joke about it every now and then, but like to seriously start dogging on 13, like, no. No.
No.
Actually, I
actually
did want
have-
to play that. Keep going.
Go ahead,
What's
Barrel.
up?
I was going to say, I actually do kind of want to play Lightning Returns, even if I don't want to play it for the story, because it doesn't end very well. But as a game, I'm curious about it.
Fair enough. I've always enjoyed the Final Fantasy 13 soundtracks. I won't lie.
Yeah. I heard
Yeah, solid music.
that's a really good theme.
All right, I think we've uplifted ourselves out of Chris's dark vortex
Yeah.
from hell. Fucking cold reality up in this backwards compatible show. That's fine. We've dismissed. We're ready to coast it. Ready to come in for a smooth landing. Alright, let's get into the frickin' post-show stuffs. If you would like to leave feedback for this episode, maybe tell Beryl how awesome he is, recommend us any more special guests. I'm trying to get Charlotte to pop on next week's show. That's going to be fun.
You know what? I don't know what you have. What do you have down for the audience question of the week. You don't. I have an audience question of the week.
Okay, then we'll get to it in just a few minutes. Before that, just some business. You can leave feedback for this episode at feedback.bcpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us at BC_podcast on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Google Plus and Tumblr. We're pretty much everywhere. I really need to put down the money to get us a website so you guys can start listening to us on iTunes and stuff as well. But that is a conversation for another day. You can also follow us individually on Twitter. I am at Radical Defects.
I'm at, I was going to wait for you, but I'm at Barrelmaster at Twitter. And yeah, that's how you get me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Chris?
I'm not used to going second or third. I'm usually the fourth one, so that's weird. I am at Wildcard Corsair on Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram. And
That's the thing about Wildcard. He likes sticking with one thing. I pretty much stick with one thing too. You can find me at Radical Defect just about anywhere. But for the two unfortunate souls who did not join this conversation this week, but who are there every other week, faithful, strong,
they're
dedicated.
here in spirit.
True enough. You can find Jared at SciHowskiJ and Randy, as we mentioned previously in this show, at Saber_Breaker. So, Chris, why don't you leave us with an audience question?
In honor of our esteemed guest, Mr. Barrelmaster, the audience question of the week is: what is your favorite game with a barrel? Either as an item, something that you can destroy, and possibly what's your favorite use for that barrel? Do you like smashing them? Do you like trying to find things in them? Do you like hiding in them? Do you like rolling in them? I don't know.
Jonathan approves of this audience question.
Okay, so here's the thing. The answer will be really easy for me because the reason why I even came up with a pseudonym Barrel is because I really like Star Ocean 2. And that game.
What the fuck did you just say? Yes!
Yes. Star Ocean the second story, but that entire name is contingent on a character from that game, which is Ashton Anchors. And he had an obsession with Barrel.
I love Barrel from the bottom of my still beating heart.
But yeah, he's pretty great. He stares at barrels in towns. He sings songs. He creepily chants barrel at different volume pitches. So yeah, I would say Ashton is my
that
favorite.
was the inspiration behind your name until now, and I have so much more respect for you for it. Hell yeah!
Now you know.
You know what? This has been a damn good show, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I suppose we should bid adieu. I don't know if I can leave you guys with some sort of inspirational quote or inspirational moment. So instead, here's a cute little Charmander. Charmander bids you adieu. Goodbye, folks.
Instead, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. That's my advice.
Chris leaves you with Don't Be a Dick. Beryl leaves you with Star Ocean 2. And I leave you with Happy Dancing Charmander. You guys... 2 days, Hyrule Warriors, so much other crap coming just around the corner. We'll see you guys then. Do take care. Have a charific evening. Dude, was that a pun? Dudes. Bye. Bye. We love you. We thank you. Thank you so much for listening to my dumbass and my not so dumbass friends for 90 minutes. Thank you. Charmander thanks you. Squirtle and Pikachu over there, they thank you. We love you. We'll see you soon.
John,
Bye. How do I end? There